Have you ever noticed how easily a single text message, a cold look, or a missed call can ruin your entire day? You think you are in control of your life, but the truth is, you are a puppet. Every time you react to someone else's behavior, every time you explain yourself to someone who doesn't care, or chase someone who is walking away, you are handing them the strings to your soul. You are telling the world exactly where your buttons are, and you're practically begging people to press them. You've spent your life being accessible, loyal, and vulnerable, and all it has bought you is a front row seat to your own manipulation. Machiavelli understood that the greatest liability a prince can possess is an emotional attachment to things he cannot control. He knew that the man who needs nothing is the only one who can own everything. Detachment is not apathy, it is the ultimate form of strategic withdrawal. It is the realization that your attention is the highest currency you own, and you have been handing it out for free to people who treat it like trash. They don't respect your loyalty because they never had to earn it. They don't fear losing you because you've made it clear you have nowhere else to go. Ask yourself why your peace of mind is currently held hostage by the mood of people who don't even respect you. You have been conditioned to believe that the more you give, the more you will receive. You've been told that showing vulnerability is a sign of courage, and that if you just pour enough of your heart, time, and energy into others, they will eventually realize your worth and hand you the loyalty you've been begging for. You've spent your life being the reliable one, the understanding one, and the one who is always available, convincing yourself that your desperation is actually devotion. Recall the humiliation of the times you've sent a second text when the first was ignored, or the relationships where you did all the heavy lifting just to keep a dying flame alive. Recall the meetings where you leaned forward desperate for a nod of approval, only to realize that the more you tried to impress, the less they actually respected you. You think your effort is a sign of strength. It isn't. It's a sign of lack. You are teaching the world that you are a seeker, not a destination. A seeker is always exhausted and easily replaced. A destination is always pursued and impossible to forget. Imagine the power shift that occurs the moment you stop explaining yourself. Every word you spoke was a leak in your authority. Every reaction you gave was a victory for your opponent. You think your passion shows strength. It doesn't. It shows where your buttons are. It shows exactly how to bait you, how to trigger you, and how to keep you small. The moment you master detachment is the moment the world starts chasing you. The moment you master the art of walking away is the moment you become the most valuable person in the room. Why? Because human beings are biologically hardwired to want what they cannot control. When you remove your attention, you create a vacuum. When you stop reacting, you create uncertainty. And in that uncertainty, people begin to project their own insecurities onto you. They start wondering what you know that they don't. They start fearing your silence. They start competing for the very attention you used to give them for free. There is a psychological law that you are choosing to ignore. Human beings are naturally wired to chase what moves away from them and to ignore what is always under their feet. By being so reachable, you have removed the element of the hunt. You have become predictable. And in the game of power, being predictable is the same as being powerless. Machiavelli understood that a prince who is too eager to please his subjects eventually loses their respect. When you chase a person, a job, or a result, you are signaling that they are the prize and you are the participant. You are literally broadcasting that you are beneath the thing you want. The moment you become truly detached from an outcome is the moment you gain total control over it. This isn't a mindset trick. It's a shift in the gravity of the relationship. When you stop chasing, the person who was running suddenly finds themselves standing in a vacuum. They expected your pursuit. They counted on your desperation to feel superior. When that pursuit stops, their ego takes a hit. They start wondering why you don't need them anymore. They start imagining that you've found something better. That uncertainty is the only thing that breeds true attraction and respect. If this realization is making you rethink your recent interactions, drop this in the comments. I have stopped chasing. You've spent your life being a fixer. You try to fix people's moods, fix broken dynamics, and fix your own reputation. Stop. Some things are meant to stay broken so you can see them for what they really are. By constantly trying to patch things up, you are preventing the truth from surfacing. You are keeping yourself trapped in cycles of mediocrity because you're too afraid of the mess that comes with letting go. You are teaching people that they can treat you however they want because you'll always be the one to come back and try to make it right. The moment you stop chasing is the moment you start being observed. There is a terrifying power in the man who can look at a situation that isn't serving him and simply leave. No drama, no long explanation, no last chances, just absence. When you walk away, you create a vacuum that the other person is forced to fill. Suddenly, the burden of the chase flips. They start to wonder where you went. They start to question their own value because they can no longer control yours. This is the ultimate Machiavellian move. You don't win by fighting for the throne. You win by making the throne irrelevant without you sitting on it. Examine your current attachments. Are you staying because you are winning? Or are you staying because you are afraid of the silence that comes when you stop trying? Most people are addicted to the struggle. You've convinced yourself that working hard on a toxic connection or a dead-end path is a virtue. It isn't. It's a distraction. You are using the hustle to hide from the fact that you don't have the courage to be alone. You are terrified that if you stop chasing, nothing will follow you. And that fear is exactly why you are currently being ignored. You are radiating a neediness that acts as a repellent to everything of high value. Think about the toxic relationship you've been trying to fix for months. You think that by showing more patience, more love, and more availability, you will eventually earn their respect. But look at the results. The more you give, the less they value it. The more you explain your hurt, the more they find reasons to ignore it. You are teaching them that your boundaries are negotiable. You are proving to them that no matter how they treat you, you lack the courage to detach. Your presence has become a cheap commodity because there is no threat of your absence. Respect is not earned through service. It is commanded through the threat of withdrawal. If you cannot walk away, you are not a partner. You are a piece of furniture. The secret to making everything chase you is to become a person who is genuinely okay with losing everything. When you lose the fear of loss, you gain the power of the gods. You can no longer be baited. You can no longer be threatened. You can no longer be controlled. People will sense this shift in your frequency. They will see that you are no longer playing the same desperate game they are. They will try to pull you back in. They will test your detachment. They will offer you crumbs to see if you'll still bark. Do not bark. Do not even look. The second you show interest in their games, you are back on the leash. You have spent so much time trying to be understood that you've forgotten how to be undeniable. When you are detached, you don't care if they understand you. You don't care if they have the right perception of you. This freedom makes you dangerous, because if someone can't use your need for understanding to manipulate you, they have no leverage. You become an object of mystery, and mystery is the foundation of attraction and authority. Stop apologizing for the space you leave behind when you walk away. If a situation is beneath you, let it go. If a person is draining you, cut the cord. Don't do it for revenge. Don't do it to show them. Do it because your energy is too valuable to be wasted on a losing game. The moment you truly stop chasing is the moment you start winning. Because when you stop chasing the world realizes it has to catch up to you. Every time you try harder to make someone like you, you are digging a hole. Stop digging. Drop the shovel. Step out of the hole and walk away. The silence you leave behind will be the most powerful thing you've ever said. It will haunt the people who thought they could treat you like an option. It will keep them up at night wondering where you went and why they can't get you back. But by the time they start chasing, you will be so far ahead that they won't even be able to see your shadow. Consider the feeling of a door slamming shut in your face. Most people, when they sense someone pulling away, instinctively stick their foot in the door. They plead, they negotiate, and they try to prove why they should be let back in. You've done this. You've felt that panic in your chest when a client stops responding or a partner grows cold. You think that by applying pressure, you are saving the situation, but you are actually doing the opposite. You are proving that your happiness is dependent on their participation. You are handing them a weapon and showing them exactly where to strike. Machiavelli noted that it is better to be feared than loved, if one cannot be both. In modern terms, this means it is better to be respected for your absence than pitied for your presence. When you chase, you are begging for love and acceptance. When you detach, you are commanding respect. Think about the last time you felt truly powerful in a relationship or a negotiation. It wasn't when you were talking the most or trying the hardest. It was the moment you realized you didn't actually need the outcome. It was the moment you were prepared to get up from the table and walk away. That indifference is the ultimate high ground. Most people never reach it because they are addicted to the hope that if they just try one more time, things will change. Think about the validation loop you've been trapped in. You do something great at work and you immediately look at your boss to see if they noticed. You wear something new and you wait for your partner to comment. If they don't, your mood crashes. You are living your life in a reactive state, waiting for the world to tell you if you are enough. This is a slave's mindset. A master does not seek validation, he provides it for himself. When you master detachment, you become the source of your own gravity. You stop looking for the nod and start looking for the result. And ironically, the less you care if they notice, the more obsessed they become with getting your attention. If you are ready to break the loop of seeking approval, drop this in the comments. I am my own authority. Look at your phone right now. How many conversations are you carrying? How many people have left you on read while you sit there wondering what you said wrong? You are over-analyzing every syllable, trying to find the perfect thing to say to bridge the gap. Stop. The perfect thing to say is nothing. Silence is the only response that carries weight in a world of noise. When you stop explaining yourself, you stop being a target. You become a blank wall. People can't climb a wall they can't get a grip on. By withdrawing your words, you are reclaiming your mystery. You are forcing them to fill the silence with their own thoughts of you. You have been conditioned to believe that communication solves everything. That is a lie told by people who want to keep you engaged in a negotiation you've already lost. Sometimes the most powerful form of communication is a clean break. No "we need to talk" speech. No long-winded email explaining your feelings. Just a sudden total withdrawal of your energy. Watch what happens to the person who thought they had you in their pocket. Their confidence will shatter. They will go from being the one who ignores you to the one who is checking your social media 5 times a day. They didn't change. Your lack of attachment changed the environment. You think you are being good by being patient with people who disrespect your time. You think your forgiveness is a virtue. It isn't. It's a lack of self-worth. You are teaching people that they can treat you like an option and still have access to your best self. Machiavelli warned that he who is the cause of another becoming powerful is the ruin of himself. Every time you give your energy to someone who doesn't earn it, you are making them more powerful while you become more drained. Detachment is the act of stopping the leak. It is the realization that your energy is a finite resource, and it is a crime to spend it on people who treat it as a free sample. The reason everything chases the detached person is because they are the only ones who aren't projecting a need. Neediness is a repellent. It is a psychological odor that drives people away. Detachment, on the other hand, is a magnet. It signals that you have something better to do, someone better to be with, and a life that is already full. Even if you are currently standing in the middle of a wreck, you must act as if you are already at the finish line. When you stop chasing the result feels the vacuum and moves toward you. It is the fundamental law of the push-pull dynamic. You have been pushing your whole life. It's time to start pulling. Stop worrying about being understood. Being misunderstood is a prerequisite for being respected. If they can understand you, they can categorize you. If they can categorize you, they can dismiss you. Stay unreachable. Stay detached. Let them spend their energy trying to figure you out while you spend your energy building your empire. You weren't born to be an open book. You were born to be a closed vault. The only people who get to see what's inside are the ones who are willing to pay the price in loyalty and respect. And the price just went up because you've stopped giving tours for free. If you've realized that your openness was actually an invitation for people to use you, it's time to shut the gate. This isn't about building a wall to hide behind. It's about building a fortress to rule from. A fortress doesn't chase the invaders. It waits for the survivors to plead for entry. That is the shift you are making today. You are moving from the person who asks for permission to the person who grants it. The world will react to this change with shock, then with anger, and finally with a desperate need to be back in your good graces. Let them wait. The longer you stay detached, the more valuable you become. Ask yourself why you are so afraid of silence. When you stop texting first, when you stop offering explanations, and when you stop filling the gaps in a conversation, a void opens up. Most people find that void terrifying. You've been trained to rush in and fill it with your energy, your apologies, and your effort. You think you're being proactive, but what you're actually doing is suffocating the other person's ability to value you. Machiavelli understood that men are so simple and so much conditioned by their present needs that a deceitful man will always find plenty who are ready to be deceived. By being the one who always bridges the gap, you are deceiving yourself into thinking the connection is real. It isn't. It's a performance sustained entirely by your desperation. The harsh reality is that by being perpetually there, you have become a background noise in the lives of others. Think about the people you actually admire. Do they jump every time you call? Do they spend hours trying to convince you of their worth? No. They are comfortable in the void. They know that their absence is just as powerful as their presence. You, however, have made yourself so loud and so available that you have no market price. You are like oxygen, vital, but completely taken for granted because you are everywhere. Detachment is the process of becoming a luxury good. It is the intentional withdrawal of your presence so that the world can finally feel the cost of your absence. If you are ready to stop being common and start being a luxury, drop this in the comments. I am the prize. Look at your professional life. You think that by being the most reachable employee, you are making yourself indispensable. You answer emails at midnight. You jump on quick calls during your weekend. You think this shows dedication. To your superiors, it shows lack of boundaries. You are teaching them that your time has no value because you give it away for free. Machiavelli noted that the prince who relies entirely on fortune is lost when it changes. By relying on the goodwill of your boss to reward your 24/7 availability, you are gambling with your future. True power lies in being the person whose time must be scheduled, negotiated, and earned. The moment you detach from the need to be the hardest worker and start being the most impactful one, the hierarchy shifts. Consider your romantic or social interactions. When you feel someone pulling away, your instinct is to fix it. You ask, is everything okay, or did I do something wrong? This is the ultimate submission. You are literally asking for permission to exist in their space. You are handing them a weapon and showing them exactly where to strike. A detached mind doesn't ask for permission. If someone pulls away, a detached mind moves in the opposite direction, not out of spite, but out of self-respect. You don't fix their lack of interest, you accept it as a data point and reallocate your energy elsewhere. The moment they realize they can't bait you into a chase, they lose their leverage. Your lack of reaction is the most aggressive move you can make. You are currently addicted to closure. You want the last word. You want them to admit they were wrong. You want the world to see that you were the better person. This need for closure is just another string they use to pull you back in. Machiavelli knew that it is much safer to be feared than loved. Fear, in a modern context, is the fear of losing access to you. If you are always there, demanding closure and explanations, there is no fear of loss. You are still in the cage. Detachment is the act of walking away without a final word, without a dramatic exit, and without a talk. It is the clinical removal of your existence from their reality. Stop trying to win the moral high ground by being the one who cares the most. The moral high ground is a lonely, bankrupt place. In the game of life, the only ground that matters is the ground you control. Every time you reach out to someone who has shown you they don't value you, you are surrendering a piece of your territory. You are telling them that your self-worth is still dependent on their opinion. Detachment is the reclamation of that territory. It is the wall you build around your peace of mind that no one, no matter how much you used to love them, is allowed to breach without your express permission. The world is full of people who will eat your time, your heart, and your ambition if you let them. They aren't evil. They are just following the laws of nature. Predators eat what doesn't fight back. And in human society, fighting back doesn't mean being loud or aggressive. It means being unreachable. It means being the person who can go silent for a month and feel perfectly fine. It means being the person who can lose a job, a friend or a lover, and not lose their identity. This level of detachment is terrifying to the average person because most people have no identity outside of their attachments. You have been a people pleaser because you were afraid of the alternative. You were afraid of being seen as cold, arrogant, or distant. But look at where warm and approachable have gotten you. You are overworked, undervalued, and emotionally drained. It's time to try the alternative. It's time to embrace the distance. It's time to let the world wonder what you're thinking and what you're doing. The less they know, the more power you have. The more you detach, the more they will try to attach themselves to you. It is a fundamental law of human gravity. The more you move away, the more they are pulled toward you. Stop fighting the law. Use it. Your detachment is the ultimate filter. It will reveal exactly who is willing to put in the work to keep you and who was just enjoying the free ride. This realization will be painful. You will find out that some people you loved didn't actually love you. They loved the way you made them feel about themselves. They loved your attachment. Let that pain burn away the last of your delusions. It is better to stand alone in your power than to be surrounded by people who only value you when you're chasing them. The hunt ends the moment you realize you were never the hunter. You were always the prize that was too easy to win. Turn off the lights. Walk out the door. Let them sit in the dark and wonder where you went. Stop trying to save situations that are already dead. You've been conditioned to believe that persistence is a sign of character, so you stay in failing partnerships, dead-end jobs, and one-sided friendships long after the respect has evaporated. You tell yourself that you're loyal or resilient. Machiavelli saw this differently. He knew that the promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. By refusing to detach from what no longer serves you, you aren't being loyal, you're being stubborn. You are sacrificing your future to pay for a past that isn't coming back. Every second you spend trying to convince someone to value you is a second you are devaluing yourself. Think about the energy you waste checking in on people who never check in on you. You think you're keeping the door open. In reality, you're just standing in the hallway looking desperate. People don't value the door that is always open. They value the one that is locked. When you make yourself too accessible, you become a background utility. You are like the oxygen in the room, essential but completely ignored until it starts to run out. It's time to stop being the oxygen and start being the fire. Fire demands attention because it can disappear or destroy. Oxygen just sits there and waits to be used. Every time you give someone the satisfaction of knowing you are waiting for them, you are handing them the crown. You are making them the sun, and yourself a planet trapped in their orbit. You think that by staying in the background you are being patient. In reality, you are being predictable. And in the game of status, predictability is the death of desire. People don't chase what they know is sitting in the waiting room. They chase the one who has already left the building and started a new life in a different city. The most painful truth you're hiding from yourself is that you enjoy the chase. You've become addicted to the high of finally getting a response from someone who ignored you. You've mistaken the relief of temporary validation for actual self-worth. This is a cycle of emotional gambling. You put in your time, your focus, and your heart, hoping for a payout of attention. But the house always wins. The people you are chasing know exactly what they're doing. They give you just enough to keep you on the hook, but never enough to make you feel secure. They are farming your insecurity to feed their own ego. By staying attached, you are providing them with free labor. You are a source of ego supply that costs them nothing. Look at the way you handle your own boundaries. You say, "This is the last time," and then you answer the phone on the first ring. You say, "I'm done," and then you spend 3 hours scrolling through their social media to see if they've noticed your absence. You are a liar. You are lying to yourself about your own strength. True detachment isn't a break, it's an exit. It's the ability to look at a person who used to mean everything to you and feel absolutely nothing. No anger, no resentment, no need to show them how well you're doing. Just silence. Anger is still a form of attachment. If you're still angry, you're still reachable. If you're still reachable, you're still controllable. Look at your social circle. Notice how the person who cares the least is the one who everyone tries to impress. They don't over-explain. They don't apologize for their absence. They don't try to fix the vibe when things get awkward. They just exist. And because they aren't trying to pull anyone toward them, the natural laws of psychological gravity pull everyone toward them. You've been trying to force attraction through effort, but effort is the enemy of attraction. Effort is a confession that you don't believe you are enough. Detachment is the ultimate statement of self-sufficiency. It says, I am complete, whether you are here or not. Every time you over-explain, over-give, and over-chase, you are making the other person more powerful. You are building their status while eroding your own. You are teaching them that they are a prize that requires immense effort to maintain. This creates a permanent imbalance. Even if they choose you, they will never respect you. They will always remember you as the one who begged. They will always know that they have the power to walk away because you've already proven that you don't. Stop checking their social media. Stop asking mutual friends about them. Stop looking for signs that they regret losing you. Every time you look back, you are feeding them your power through an invisible straw. You are maintaining the connection they use to keep you small. Detachment means cutting the straw. It means becoming a ghost to their reality. When they can no longer track your movements, predict your moods, or trigger your reactions, they will panic. They will try to hoover you back in with a vague message or a fake emergency. Do not flinch. Do not respond. The moment you acknowledge their attempt to pull you back, you have lost the high ground. The world is a marketplace of attention. Currently, you are giving yours away for free to people who treat it like trash. You are subsidizing their ego with your own anxiety. Imagine what would happen if you took all that chasing energy and turned it inward. Imagine if you became as obsessed with your own growth as you are with their approval. You would become a force of nature. People don't chase people, they chase value. When you become a high-value individual who is emotionally unreachable, you create a psychological gold rush. Everyone wants a piece of the person who doesn't seem to need anyone. Real power comes from the ability to be alone and be fine with it. Most of your attachments are actually just a fear of the void. You'd rather be disrespected in a crowd than respected in silence, but the silence is where your leverage is built. When you detach, you are reclaiming your market share. You are taking your energy out of a losing investment and putting it back into the only asset you actually control, yourself. This shift is felt instantly by everyone around you. It's a change in the atmosphere. People who used to ignore you will suddenly find reasons to be around you, not because they've changed, but because your price just went up. Stop asking for permission to move on. Stop waiting for an apology that will never be sincere. Stop hoping for a closure conversation that is just another excuse for them to see you cry. You close the door by walking through it and locking it from the other side. You don't need the last word. Your absence is the last word. It is the most brutal, honest, and final sentence you can ever write. Let them sit in the room you left. Let them realize that the light went out when you walked away. And when they finally start to chase, because they will, make sure you're already too far gone to hear them calling. You have allowed your happiness to become a variable that depends entirely on how others decide to treat you on any given Tuesday. You are a biological machine that has been hijacked by social expectations, and you've been running the same chase software since you were a child. You think that by being the most intense, the most present, and the most caring, you are winning. But in the architecture of power, the one who occupies the most space is the easiest target to hit. Machiavelli noted that it is a common fault of men not to reckon on storms in fair weather. You have been so blinded by the fair weather of temporary validation that you've failed to build a fortress of detachment. You are vulnerable because you are visible. You are weak because you are predictable. Every time you react to a slight, every time you double down on a failing investment, and every time you beg for a seat at a table where you aren't wanted, you are confirming to the world that you have no internal gravity. You are a leaf in the wind, and you're wondering why you haven't built an empire. Think about the silence you fear so much. That silence is where your potential actually lives. When you finally stop the noise of your own desperation, when you stop the endless texting, the constant checking, and the frantic need to be part of the group, you create a vacuum that the world is forced to fill. This is the pull of detachment. It is the realization that the less you require from the world, the more the world feels compelled to offer you. It is a psychological law that cannot be broken. Humans gravitate toward the unmoved. Consider the person in your life who ignores you. They don't ignore you because they are busy or distracted. They ignore you because they can. They ignore you because they know that no matter how long they wait to reply, you'll be right there, wagging your tail, ready to pick up exactly where they left off. You have removed the cost of their disrespect. You have made yourself a free resource. Why would anyone value something that has no scarcity? By detaching, you are reintroducing the cost. You are telling them that your presence has a shelf life, and if they don't buy in now, the store is closing forever. Realize that your obsession with closure or fairness is just a way of staying attached to your own pain. You want the person who hurt you to admit they were wrong. You want the boss who passed you over to realize their mistake. You are waiting for a moral victory that will never come. Machiavelli knew that men forget the death of their father sooner than the loss of their patrimony. People do not care about your feelings. They care about their own interests. The only way to win is to become so detached that their mistakes no longer affect your trajectory. When you move forward without looking back for an apology, you aren't just winning, you are ascending. You have been a slave to the reaction for long enough. You've spent your energy trying to decode the behavior of people who don't even think about you when you aren't in the room. This ends today. Detachment is not a passive act. It is an aggressive reclaiming of your own mind. It is the decision to be the source of your own sunlight. When you stop chasing the world, you realize that the world was only running because it knew you would follow. The moment you stand still, the world stops running, and the moment you walk away, the world starts to follow. If this transformation feels necessary, if you recognize that your old ways have only led to exhaustion and invisibility, then align yourself with this message. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. This is not a favor to me, it is a signal to yourself. It is a commitment to stay in this frequency, to keep feeding your mind the raw truths that the rest of society is too soft to handle. By subscribing, you are ensuring that your feed reflects your ambition, not your distractions. For those among you who are ready to stop watching from the sidelines and start mastering the clinical mechanics of influence, there is a deeper level. Click the join button below to enter our sovereign chambers. This is our inner circle, the place where we move past the generalities and dive into the high-stakes psychology of control, negotiation, and absolute detachment. This is where we discuss the moves that others are too afraid to voice. Not joining means staying in the lobby with the masses, hoping for a break. Joining means stepping into the boardroom where the breaks are made. The choice of where you belong is entirely yours. I acknowledge the focus you've displayed by reaching this point. Most people would have tuned out the moment the truth became too uncomfortable. Your ability to sit with the pressure is proof that you have the raw material for power. You didn't come here to be entertained. You came here to be sharpened. Your discipline is your edge. Do not let it dull the moment you click away. The era of your availability is over. The era of your mystery has begun. You have been the hunter for a lifetime, and it has left you empty-handed. Now, become the prize. Turn your back on everything that doesn't meet your standard, and watch how quickly the world tries to catch up. I will see you in the next video, where we will further dismantle the chains you've mistaken for jewelry. Until then, stay silent, stay sovereign, and stay detached. The world is watching to see if you'll blink. Don't.